you're setting yourself up for failure. I hate that mentality so much. You have 10 times more chances. Hi everyone, my name is Gigi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about 2026. Happy New Year and welcome to the new year. I hope everyone was just as excited for this new year as I was. But I know for quite a few people, the idea of a new year coming about is very, very intimidating. For so many people, a new year is not this new exciting thing, but in fact a reflection over the past year of their life, which might have not have been the best, and a fear that this new year is going to be exactly the same, if not worse. For a lot of people, New Year's is actually terrifying because of the idea of them going backwards rather than actually going forwards and progressing in their lives. So today I want to tell you my tips on how to ensure you're going to have a better year and how to set yourself up for a better year. We're talking mindset, we're talking self-love, we're talking confidence, and we're also putting in a new routine for ourselves. These steps actually helped me so much when going into a new year, but they don't necessarily need to be done at any certain point. You can do this anytime throughout the year as long as you're committed to doing them and you know why you're doing them. A lot of people feel like that just because they've had a bad start of the year, that means their whole year is done for, because the only time you could do new things and start a new life is if you do it right at the start of the year, but that is not the case. Any of the things that I share today can be done at any point throughout the year. So just because you haven't started your journey at January 1st doesn't mean you can't start it today. I used to be one of those people who got very depressed around New Year's, very intimidated and overwhelmed by what the new year could bring because I'd had such a difficult year beforehand. The past year beforehand had been so much of a journey, and a journey that I found really difficult, that the idea of doing that again, it being exactly the same again, was really, really difficult. A lot of the time, I would actually fear going into a new year in case things got worse, in case things were harder. But once I started implementing these things into my life, that kind of set up my mindset to welcome in a better new year, better habits, a better mindset going through this next new year. That is when the changes started. The first thing you're going to do is accept that the past is the past. The number one way that you're going to ruin your new year is by constantly reflecting back on your past. For example, if you're going into the new year and you're thinking, well, last year was so bad, last year was so hard for me, I had a breakup, I lost my job, I lost a friendship. What if this new year brings the same thing? What if this new year is exactly the same where I lose even more? If you have that mindset going into the new year, believing that the bad things that happened to you in the last year is going to happen again, you're immediately ruining your chances. You're setting yourself up for failure. So let's strip that back. Let's say this new year is a new year, a blank slate, a start again. If you view the new year as leaving behind what happened last year, in last year, and starting completely new in the new year, you have 10 times more chances of actually having a great new year. So leave behind those old things that happened, leave behind the past. Don't forget them, but forgive that they happened, forgive those experiences, understand why you had them, what you learned from them, and then move forward. Use those experiences to have better experiences. You know more now, you've experienced more now, you know what not to do, you know what to stay away from, the types of people to stay away from, and use those things to have a better experience in the new year. The next thing you're going to do is start a mood board, a collection of images that make you feel a certain way, that represent a certain thing that you want to achieve in this new year. You can make a physical one. This is the one that I made for 2025, but I literally went on Pinterest, found images that made me feel something that felt relatable to me or what I wanted to happen in my new year. I printed them all off and I stuck them onto a sheet. I even have fake little money to represent wealth and abundancy for my new year. I have some longer term goals as well, like getting married, starting a family, places that I want to travel, things I want to experience. I have this big piece in the middle that just represents peace. and good things for me. It makes me feel good, that image, so I put that in there and had everything surrounding it. If you're not wanting to print stuff out or physically use a board or paper, if you don't have those resources, you can even use Pinterest, which is completely free to use, or things like Canva to piece together boards of things that you have good feelings towards or that represent something to you. It can either be shorter term goals, like what you want in that exact year, or even longer term goals that you want to work towards within the new year. And go crazy. Don't limit yourself. I see so many people limit themselves when they do these types of things where they think that's not realistic. I'm not going to put that on there. That's too big of a dream. How can I achieve that in a year? Do not limit yourself. Put on there what you want to achieve, what you want, whether it's your short-term goals that you're going to achieve within a month, whether it's a year goal for that new year, or a one that you want to do more long-term, like being rich or being famous or starting a family. And you do that and you work on it within the new year, and you will continue to work on it as the years go on. I love mood boards because they're so incredibly visual. I feel like a lot of us these days, especially, are so visual. So when we have all of these dreams and thoughts in our head, but we don't really see them, we don't manifest them into reality because they're simply just in our heads. And the longer they're in there, we forget about their importance or we forget about them altogether. So having this physical version, these images that you can see on the daily, these little reminders every single day that shows you that those are your dreams, those are what you were working towards. For example, that mood board is usually stuck on my wall and I can see it every time I open my eyes when I wake up in the morning. I even have one on my laptop, so every time I open up my laptop, I can see what I want in life, my goals, what I want to achieve every time I open my laptop. I have the same exact one or something very similar as my phone lock screen. So every time I'm unlocking my phone, I'm seeing my goals, I'm seeing my dreams, I'm reminded of why I'm doing it. We have a little guest joining us today. I think she has some things she wants to say. You want to say hello? Number 3 is to get rid of this new year, new me mentality. I hate that mentality so much. The idea of it's a new year, so you have to be completely different, have completely new routines, and jump into the deep end is insane. That mentality is like telling you that overnight you have to change everything, your whole routine, your whole mindset, your whole life overnight. That is quite literally impossible. And if you try to do that, you will fail. Upgrading yourself, upgrading your mindset, changing your life will not happen overnight. And if you expect it to, like you see on these New Year's challenges, it's not going to work. Set yourself goals and set yourself new standards, but don't expect it to happen quickly. Becoming a better version of yourself is a slow process. You do it bit by bit every single day, even 1% every single day. Even just doing 1% is better than doing nothing towards becoming a better version of yourself. And I hate with a burning passion the fact that there is this new trend of becoming a whole different person by day 1. We aren't robots. We're not going to be programmed to suddenly change our mindsets just because it's a new year. Start slow, start small, and do it step by step. It's not meant to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But by setting yourself up to suddenly change everything about yourself over the matter of one night is crazy. It's going to feel overwhelming, and that is why you're going to fail. Instead, give yourself weekly goals. By the end of this week, I would have gone to the gym 3 times. By the end of this week, I would have read at least 1 chapter of my new book. By the end of this week, I've done 5 hours of studying. Whatever it is, do it step by step. If you go straight into the deep end and say to yourself, I'm going to wake up earlier, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to eat loads of fruit, I'm going to start running, I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to start doing that, and you've never done those things before, and you get to the 1st of January or the week after or the week after that, and it's incredibly overwhelming to you, and you wake up and you think, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna sleep for another hour. I'm not gonna go to the gym, it's too scary. I would love to eat healthy, but I'm too tired for that, so I'm just gonna get a McDonald's. When you face yourself with too many new things and too many challenges all at once, you will fail. Do it step by step. Number 4 is allowing yourself to fail. You are human. You are a literal human being where you have good days, you have bad days. You have days where you're going to wake up and get every new thing that you wanted to do done. You're going to do your new routine, do your new hobby, whatever it is, and it's going to feel great. Then you're also going to have days where you don't feel like doing these things, where you feel bad after doing them, where you don't feel good about yourself. And that's okay too. It is unrealistic to believe that you are not going to still have bad days just because it's a new year, just because you're implementing a new routine into your life. You're still a human being. So when you have those bad days, use them as examples to yourself. Use them as, okay, this was a rest day for me, this was a bad day for me, but I know tomorrow I will get up, I will feel good, and it's not all like this. Use yourself as an example. Don't compare yourself to others. Keep yourself in check. Number 5 is to have fun. This is a new year of your life. It is a new year of you experiencing life. Have fun with it. Try new things that aren't on your mood boards, that aren't big goals for you. Try new foods, try new styles, try new hobbies, even if you didn't think you wanted to do them. Experimenting and growing yourself in that way is the most organic way of growing yourself. So experiment, have fun. It doesn't have to be that serious. I think there is a lot of pressure when it comes to bettering yourself, fixing your life, fixing your routines, being more healthy. There's almost like this expectation of us before we've even started that because we're going on that journey, we have to be perfect, we have to do it right, we have to succeed. But we're talking about life here. We're not talking about a graded paper. We're talking about you and your own life. Have fun with it, experiment with it, try new things, things that you didn't even think of when you were creating your mood boards. Life is about experiencing things and doing things the way that you want to do it. Focus on yourself, focus on what you want to be, focus on who you want to be, and have fun. Last but not least, focus on you. This might seem obvious, but for a lot of people, it isn't. And that is the fact that a lot of the time we go into every new year as people pleasers. We make New Year's resolutions as ways of pleasing other people, what they expect of us, what we want to do to please them. But that is not what this new year is about. 2026 is about being selfish. We're not doing things for other people. We're not bettering ourselves for other people. We're not putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations for others. We're doing everything for ourselves. I think we live so much of our lives trying to please other people all of the time, and that is why we are so miserable, and that's why we're so caught up on being perfect. Because we're always answering, we're always performing for other people. But when you bring that energy back to you, when you're the only one that you have to perform for, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to do it slightly slower, because the only person you're holding up to your own expectations is yourself. You don't have to worry about anyone else's expectations. So when you're making your goals for this year, whether it's before January 1st, on January 1st, or the week after, or the week after that, make them for who you are, for who you want to be, and what you want to achieve. This is not about anyone else but you and what you need to do for yourself. So if you're looking at your goals that you've made and you're thinking, these all seem like I'm doing it for other people to please what other people want, change them. Sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what do I want? Tweak your goals to cater them towards you. Change them completely so they cater more towards what you want. This year, we are building a better version of ourselves. Not puppets for other people, not performers for other people. We're bettering ourselves for ourselves. That's all from me today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to comment down below and I will try and get back to every single comment. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Bye!